Have you ever walked into a place and it just, I don't know, felt right? Or like the opposite, like it just felt off.
Yeah.
And you can't really put your finger on why.
Oh, for sure.
So today we are going deep on Vastu Shastra.
Okay.
It's this ancient Indian system of architecture.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, and it really tries to explain and influence how spaces make us feel.
Wow. Fascinating.
So if you want to create a home that feels really harmonious, like everything's in the right place,
Right.
and you want to kind of learn some really, really practical insights, this is the place to be. Stick with us.
I am excited.
So what's so interesting about Vastu Shastra is that it's not just about where you put your sofa.
Okay.
It goes so much deeper. It's really rooted in this eternal tradition of Indian knowledge.
Right.
Looking at how the spaces we build connect with the natural rhythms of the universe. And we are not just going to scratch the surface today.
Okay.
We're going to look at the practical uses of Vastu Shastra and even the spiritual wisdom behind it.
Nice. I like it.
So our deep dive today really unpacks this whole topic.
Yeah.
And we're looking at how Vastu Shastra was originally part of Shilpa Shastra,
Okay.
which is the science of craftsmanship,
I see.
and how it's even mentioned in ancient texts like the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and the Vishwakarma Prakash.
Wow.
I mean, can you believe it? These principles that some people think are like new or trendy, they go back thousands of years.
Thousands.
And might have even been used in those mind-blowing ancient cities,
Oh, really?
like Mohenjo-Daro in the Indus Valley civilization. Crazy to think about.
That is wild. It does make you wonder, though, if Vastu Shastra is so ancient and so important to Indian thought,
Yeah.
why do so many people in India today kind of see it as like a little, I don't know, outdated?
That's a great question.
Or, it's become this like simplified thing, a trend almost. It could be because, well, during the colonial era, a lot of traditional Indian sciences got pushed aside. People thought Western ideas were better or more modern.
Sure.
And maybe we are still kind of dealing with that today,
It's interesting.
And then, some modern developers, they say they're using Vastu, but they kind of just oversimplify it or don't really follow the real principles.
Okay, so let's really unpack this idea of optimizing the energy of a space. Because that's at the heart of Vastu Shastra, right?
Yeah.
It's about finding this balance between the 5 elements.
Right.
Earth, water, fire, air, and space. And making them work together to support our well-being.
That's a lot of elements.
But here's the crazy part. You ready?
Yeah.
They say you can make a fairly simple changes to your home
Okay.
and see positive results in less than a month.
Wow.
Around 21 to 30 days, which is kind of cool because it aligns with our body's natural cycles.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it's not just some random number.
Makes sense.
So if we think about this a little more, it's kind of like our homes aren't just these empty boxes.
Right.
They're like dynamic spaces that actually influence us. And Vastu Shastra gives us this framework to understand.
Okay.
And even control that influence.
Okay. Yeah.
So basically our mission today in this deep dive is to arm you with all these foundational principles of Vastu
Okay.
that you can actually use in your own home
Awesome.
right now, no matter how big or small it is.
Great. I'm ready.
Okay, let's jump right in. Basic Vastu rules you can start using now. So, first off, sleep. It turns out the direction your head faces when you sleep, it matters.
Oh, yeah.
So the Earth has a magnetic field.
Of course.
And it flows north to south.
Right.
And according to Vastu, the best way to sleep is with your head pointing south.
Okay.
Or west.
Okay.
And your feet pointing north or east.
So aligning your body with the Earth's magnetic field by having your head to the south is supposed to help you get a deeper, more restful sleep.
Yeah.
And improve your circulation, too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then sleeping with your head towards the west. Well, that's considered stabilizing.
Oh, okay.
And is thought to give you better mental clarity.
Oh, that makes sense.
So that's the good. Now for the not so good.
Oh, okay.
You know how we always hear that sleeping with your head pointing north is a big no-no?
Right. I've heard that.
Yeah, why is that?
So it has to do with the magnetic fields again.
Okay.
When you sleep with your head north, your body's magnetic field kind of clashes with the Earth's. It creates this opposing flow, and it's said to mess with your nervous system. And that can lead to restless sleep, headaches.
Really?
Feeling sluggish in the mornings.
Wow. Yeah, I've definitely experienced some of that.
So it's all about minimizing that disharmony,
Right.
Especially when you're sleeping, because your body is supposed to be resting and recharging.
Yeah, for sure. So south or west for your head.
Hmm.
But what about, like, the placement of your whole bedroom?
Mm.
Are there certain areas in the house that are just bad for a bedroom?
Yeah, totally. Some areas have energies that just aren't great for sleeping.
No.
For example, the northeast corner.
Mm.
It's called Ishanya. It's seen as super sacred.
Mm.
It's all about divine energy and, connecting with the higher realms.
Okay.
So it's a great place for a prayer room.
Got it.
But if you put a bedroom there, that more passive, restful energy of sleep,
Right.
it clashes with those powerful divine vibes.
I see.
And that can make you restless or block those higher energies.
So, like, too much spiritual activity in your sleep space.
Yeah, exactly. You want your bedroom to be calm and grounding.
Got it.
And another area to be careful with is the south of southwest.
Okay.
That's linked to the earth element and a sense of stability.
Now that sounds good.
Yeah, stability is usually good, right?
Yeah.
But a bedroom there can kind of trap that earth energy, prevent it from flowing naturally.
Right. So too much stability.
Yeah, and that can make you feel heavy and sluggish.
Okay. So northeast, south of southwest. Are there any other bedroom locations to watch out for?
One more. West of northwest.
Got it.
It's all about the air element. So it's dynamic, restless. It's a good spot for a guest room.
Okay.
Guests come and go.
Yeah.
But if your main bedroom is there,
Yeah.
it can create instability in your relationships
Oh, really?
and make it hard to focus.
Oh, okay. So location is key.
Yeah.
Whether you're choosing a new home or just figuring out where to put your bedroom in your current one.
Exactly. Now let's zoom out a bit
Okay.
and talk about some other key areas in the house that are super important in Vastu. Entrances, the way energy comes into your home, has a huge impact. So in Vastu, it's a big no-no to have your main door facing the southwest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's connected to the earth element,
Okay.
which is about holding on to energy.
Right.
And for an entrance, you actually want the opposite. You want energy to flow freely.
So what if my front door is facing southwest? That's like bad news.
It's not ideal. It can create blocks in your finances and life in general. But south or west entrances are generally okay.
Got it.
The key is to avoid that exact southwest corner.
Like the precise corner.
Yeah, you don't want your main door right there. It's about preventing good energy from flowing out and bad energy from getting stuck.
Okay, so south and west, generally good.
Yeah.
Just not the southwest corner. What's next?
We've got to talk about the northeast again.
That northeast corner seems important.
It's super important. It's all about growth and positive energy and divine blessings.
Wow.
You want to keep that area clear of anything heavy,
Okay.
like toilets and kitchens.
Really?
Yeah, toilets block positive energy flow, and kitchens represent the fire element.
Right.
And having a kitchen in the northeast can actually stifle opportunities.
No way.
It can even mess with your spiritual growth.
Oh, okay, I see. So what should we have in the northeast instead?
Ideally, keep it open and clean.
Okay.
A small water feature is great.
Yeah.
Or even just make sure it's clutter-free and well-lit.
Okay.
That'll enhance abundance and invite good energy in.
Northeast, open and clean.
Got it.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about colors.
Oh, yeah.
Are there certain colors we should be careful about in our homes, according to Vastu?
Definitely. Be mindful of blue and black.
Okay.
Especially as the main color in a room. They carry a heavy energy, which can be too introspective.
Right.
Especially for bedrooms and offices.
So it's not that they're bad colors.
Right.
But it's where you use them.
Exactly. For example, blue in the southeast can actually slow down your finances.
Really?
Yeah. The southeast is associated with fire and wealth.
So blue, it kind of dampens that fire energy. Same with black. Too much black can make you feel stuck.
Oh, well.
It can zap your creativity and even affect your mood.
Interesting. So use them as accents.
Yeah, accents are fine.
Okay.
But don't make them the main color.
Got it. Now, this is something I always wondered about. Corner properties.
Oh, yeah.
They're usually considered so desirable.
Right, right.
But Vastu says it's not that simple.
Yeah, corner properties can amplify energy, but that amplification can be good or bad.
I see.
Like a home on a southeast corner. It's heavily influenced by the fire element,
Okay.
which can be great for ambition,
I
but too much fire energy can create imbalance.
So just because a property is on a corner
Right.
Doesn't automatically make it good Vastu.
No, not at all. It depends on the direction of that corner and the overall balance of elements.
Interesting. So what do you do if you have a southeast corner property?
You can add some balancing elements, like water features, a fountain, something to calm down that intense fire energy.
Got it. Now let's talk to our younger listeners.
Okay.
You know, those in their 20s and early 30s, maybe just starting out, renting their first apartment or buying their first place.
Yeah.
What are like the non-negotiables, the things they really need to know?
Well, first off, that entrance thing we talked about.
Right.
It's super important for young people to avoid a main door facing southwest, especially when they're just starting their careers and building their financial stability. A simple compass app can help you figure that out.
So easy to check.
Super easy.
But potentially a huge difference in their lives.
Absolutely. And the other crucial thing, that northeast corner.
Okay.
No toilets or kitchens there.
Still important.
Super important. Because those are usually hard to change later.
Yeah.
And having them in the northeast can really block their growth and opportunities.
In all areas of life.
Career, finances, health.
So entrance, not southwest, northeast. Clear of those utilities. If a young person makes sure of just those two things, what kind of impact could they see?
Well, even these simple adjustments can bring positive changes in that 21 to 30-day time frame.
Wow, so fast.
Better focus at work, more energy, new opportunities popping up.
So encouraging.
It's about aligning your environment with your goals.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's move on to something a little more spiritual.
Okay.
You know how many people feel so peaceful and calm in temples? Well, a lot of that is because of Vastu principles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And there are actually some interesting things we can learn from temples.
Okay.
That we can apply to our own homes.
I like it.
So first, the placement of the main deity.
Okay.
It's usually facing east, with the devotees facing west.
Right.
And that alignment with the rising sun.
Yeah.
It's not just symbolic.
Okay.
It's thought to actually harness the sun's energy to amplify prayers and help people connect with the divine.
That's cool.
So it's not just tradition. There's an actual energetic reason behind it.
Right.
And another thing about temples, that high ceiling or dome.
Yeah.
That's a key Vastu element too. It connects the space to the element of space.
Okay.
And elevates thoughts and intentions, making them more powerful.
Wow, I never thought about it like that.
And it's not just in Hindu temples either.
Oh.
You see it in Sikh gurudwaras and some mosques as well.
That's so interesting.
So it seems like different spiritual traditions kind of understand this principle of high ceilings creating a more spiritual space. But most of us don't have those huge ceilings at home.
Right.
So how do we create that dome effect in our own homes?
You can create a similar effect by keeping the central area of your home open and uncluttered.
Got it.
Creates that sense of spaciousness and lets energy flow upward, even if your ceilings aren't that high.
Makes sense.
A clear central space can make a big difference.
So the next time we go to a temple, we should really pay attention to how that space makes us feel.
Yeah.
And notice those architectural details that create that energy.
I will.
It's like Vastu can help us make our homes feel a little more sacred.
Absolutely. And that brings us back to something we talked about earlier. Why Vastu gets a bad rap sometimes, especially in modern India.
It's not considered very tool by some.
Right.
So why is that?
Well, it's partly historical.
Okay.
Remember how during the colonial era, traditional Indian sciences were often dismissed?
Yeah.
And Western ideas were seen as better?
Right.
Well, some of that mindset might still be around.
It's possible.
And then the way Vastu is sometimes presented today, it can be overly simplistic.
Right.
Or even superstitious. Like that advice to just leave the center empty. That actually goes against the principles of grounding and stability.
So it's like the real Vastu got lost in translation.
Yeah, kind of. And when people follow that watered down version, they don't see the real benefits.
Right.
So they think it's not effective. But the key is to shift our focus from cool to relevant.
Totally agree.
Vastu isn't about trends. It's about real benefits.
Yeah.
Better sleep, better focus, stronger relationships.
Real tangible things.
Exactly. Just because some developers misuse the term Vastu compliant doesn't mean the whole science is invalid.
No, definitely not. So what is at the core of Vastu? What makes it so relevant?
It's about balancing the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space.
Okay.
And understanding how they're connected to different directions in your home. Each direction has its own energy.
Okay. Tell me more about that.
So the north is connected to the water element. It governs our emotions, our intuition, and the flow of opportunities.
Water, emotions, opportunities.
Yeah. So adding a water feature in the north, okay, like a fountain, can bring in more abundance and improve your emotional well-being.
Got it. What about the east?
The east is all about the air element. Happiness, social connections, renewal. Keeping windows open in the east and having some plants can really help that positive energy flow.
East, air, social connection. What about the south?
The south is ruled by fire. So it's all about ambition, passion, and success.
Okay.
Having your kitchen in the south or adding some red accents can boost those fiery qualities.
Makes sense.
But be careful not to overdo it.
Right.
Too much fire can create imbalance.
Too much of a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So north is water, east is air, south is fire. What about the west?
The west is space. It's about wealth, spirituality, and making your dreams a reality.
Manifestation.
Yeah. So decorating with white or keeping that area open can attract prosperity and create a sense of expansiveness.
Got it. And finally, the center of the home.
The center is earth. It's the anchor, the foundation.
Okay.
It's about stability and grounding. Keeping the center clear, maybe adding a big piece of furniture or some yellow accents can strengthen that sense of stability and unity in your home.
So if these elements are out of balance or in the wrong places, that's what creates that feeling of a space being off.
Exactly. Like imagine a fiery kitchen in the north, which is all about water and emotions. That clash can lead to emotional chaos.
Wow.
So if you're feeling out of sorts in your home, it might be because of those spatial imbalances and how the elements are interacting.
That is so interesting. Now let's talk about decorating.
Okay.
You know, colors, light. How can we use those to enhance the Vastu of our homes?
So in Vastu, how you decorate is more than just looks. It actually affects the energy flow.
Right.
We talked about colors and their meanings. They work best when used in their corresponding directions.
Right.
So white, for purity and space, is perfect for the West to help you manifest your desires.
Okay.
Blue, for opportunity and calm, is good for the North.
Right.
But avoid it in the Southeast and Southwest. Green in the East for creativity and growth.
Okay.
Red for passion and power in the South, but use it sparingly.
Right.
And yellow for grounding in the center or Southwest. It's like a color-coded energy map.
I like it.
And then natural light. It's so important, especially from the East.
Yeah.
It energizes your whole space. Open those windows. Get that air flowing. Because stale air can trap negative energy.
That makes sense.
And one more thing. Be careful with dark colors.
Okay.
Like black and gray. They can bring down the mood and block the flow of positive energy.
So no dark walls.
They're okay as accents, but don't go overboard.
Got it. Now what about deities? A lot of people have them in their homes.
Right.
But our information says their placement matters a lot.
It does. Having deities in your home is believed to raise the spiritual vibration.
Okay.
But you need to be mindful of where you put them.
I see.
And respect the energy they represent.
So where's the best place for a puja room?
The Northeast or the West.
Okay.
The Northeast is connected to divine energy, and the West is about manifestation.
Got it. And are there specific directions for different deities?
Yes. Hanuman, who represents strength and protection, should be placed in the south or southeast, but not in the bedroom. His energy is too strong.
Right.
Krishna and Arjuna, who embody vision and wisdom, are good for the Northeast. And for goddesses, always keep their area clean and show respect. It's about honoring the feminine divine.
I see.
But remember, the most important thing is to live the virtues you worship.
Right.
Your actions matter.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about buying or renting a new home.
Okay.
Are there specific Vastu things you should check before you sign on the dotted line?
Absolutely. Before you commit to a property, Do a quick Vastu check.
Okay.
The most important thing, the entrance.
Right.
So make sure it's not facing the southwest.
That seems to be a big one.
Yeah, it influences the whole energy of the home.
Got it. What else?
That northeast corner.
Okay.
Make sure there are no toilets or kitchens there.
Right.
Those are hard to fix later.
Okay, so no southwest entrance, no toilets or kitchens in the northeast.
Right.
Anything else?
Yeah, this one's more intuitive.
Okay.
Take a moment to feel the energy of the space, especially in the center.
Okay.
Just stand there, breathe. Do you feel light and positive?
Yeah.
Or heavy and stuck? Trust your gut feeling.
Interesting.
It can tell you a lot about the energy of a place.
Okay.
You can fix a lot of Vastu things with decor, but the entrance and the northeast,
Yeah.
those are hard to change.
So pay extra attention to those.
Exactly. Now, let's dive a little deeper into the whole direction thing.
Okay.
Why is it so important in Vastu?
Hmm.
Is it just ancient beliefs? Not at all. It's actually based on science.
Yeah.
The Earth's magnetic field, cosmic rhythms.
Okay.
Ancient sages understood this. They knew that each direction has a different energy.
Okay. Break it down for me.
The north, connected to water, influences our emotions and new beginnings. The east, linked to air, brings joy and renewal.
Yeah.
The south, with fire, fuels our ambition. And the west, representing space, fosters spirituality and abundance.
So it's about aligning ourselves with these natural forces.
Exactly.
Right.
Think about it.
Okay.
If your desk is facing a southwest toilet, which is energetically draining,
Okay.
you might feel tired and unfocused all the time. It's because those subtle magnetic forces are affecting your nervous system. And Vastu helps you work with those forces to create a more supportive environment.
Wow. That's really fascinating.
Yeah.
And finally, let's zoom out even further.
Okay.
Are these Vastu principles only found in India?
They originated in India,
Right.
but the core ideas of Vastu, harmony with directions,
Yeah.
balancing the elements. You see them in other cultures too,
Oh, really?
in different architectural styles,
Interesting.
even within India. Look at the Himalayas in the northeast,
Yes.
or other significant structures in different directions.
Okay.